Welcome to 2 Minutes Tuesday with Bala. We're going to look into Azure ARM Templates debugging tips and tricks. Let's get started. So the first thing we're going to look into is debugging while we execute. So pre-flight is something like before you start the execution, the template is validated and it will throw any errors. In-flight is something like the template is all good, but when it is really executing it, if it sees any error during the execution, it's going to show that. The next way you can do this is using your command line. So basically, when the ARM templates are executed, you can pick up the deployment that happened with the command as like get Azure ARM Resource Deployment operation. The other way around is whenever you're building ARM templates, you can always take the ARM template that you built, and then once you create it manually, you go to the Resource Explorer, and then you can execute and see your resource ARM template, compare both the templates, and if any fields are mismatched, you can fix it before you're going in. The last way you could do is you can go to the deployment manager, click on your deployment. These are a few ways you can do it. Let's quickly look into the demo. So the first command we are going to see is checking the group deployment. So let me execute the command here, test group deployment, and we are going with Verbose. So when I hit enter and then I give a name, test, and then hit enter, it's going to say the template is invalid because the test name is already being used. So let's try it again, give it a proper name, test 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, something like that, and then hit enter. So this time you can say it says template is valid. This is one way you can validate your template is correct or not. So in this case, the template is valid. Let me make a minor change here, change this to something which is wrong. I'm already using VS Code plugin, so that's the reason it's already complaining. This is wrong. It's on here, and you can say that it's already complaining that. But let me do the clear the thing here, and then do a. I just changed the SKU here. Let's quickly try to deploy that and see what errors we are running into. So when I run that, I'm going to give a name, unique name. So I'm going with all lower cases. So now the deployment has to fail. Yeah, you can see that it's throwing error and it said it failed. So I'll show you a couple of ways you can debug this. Let's get into the storage and then refresh the screen here. So this time it failed and it is showing the details here. So if you go into the error details, you're going to see that account type standard LRSC is invalid. So this is one way you can find it. So the last step we are going to look into is the Resource Explorer. Once you expand login through your Azure account and you expand through, you're seeing here the Azure ARM POC. And then once you click on the storage that we created earlier demos, then you can see all the details here. And the first thing you can see the SKU is LRS. So this is one way you can cross-validate your existing ARM templates with the templates that have been available on Azure. That is all for the Azure debugging tips and tricks, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next week with another episode. Thanks everyone.